Okay, that's good news. Okay, perfect. So let's start. Last week, we learned about the irregular verbs. This week, we're going to look at some other irregular verbs. Let me share my screen. Mm. Sorry, guys, I'm just waiting. There's one student that joined. I'm just waiting for them to join so we can start. Okay, perfect. Can everybody see my screen share?
Yes.
Okay, good. So we only have 3 things we have to work through today. I wanted to show you last week's screen just once, just to refresh your memory. Okay, just to refresh your memory. So there we go. Okay. So last week we spoke about the simple past. Remember, an action that is already completed. It's done. Okay. So today we're going to learn more irregular verbs. So can anybody remember the rules for the regular verbs? Does anybody remember?
Yes.
Yeah, Asma, can you tell us what happens with regular verbs?
Regular verbs, we add the ed in the end of the
Yes.
word.
Good. Yes, well done. So we add ed, like in this example over here. We add ed at the end to put it in the past tense. Well done. Now, last week we learned the 4 irregular verbs that we use most of the time: do, get, go, and have. So instead of do, we say did. Instead of go, we said went. And instead of get, we say got. And have is had. All right. Now, today we're going to look at some more irregular verbs. So those are just 4. Those are very commonly used. I did my work. I went to the shop. I went to work. It's words we use very commonly. But we have other words like these ones at the bottom here. Okay, so remember, irregular simple past verbs do not end with ed. So I don't say I eated my food. We don't talk like that. We say I ate my food. I drank my water. I swam in the ocean. Okay, so the whole word changes. Okay, so some examples for a positive sentence. Positive sentence. Instead of I drive my car every day, when I'm talking about last week, it's already gone. I will say I drove my car last week. And instead of drinks a strawberry milkshake, now she drinks a strawberry milkshake, I would say she drank a strawberry milkshake last night. So these words are underlined because it's important. It helps you remember or figure out, is it the past? Is it the simple present? Is it the future? What are we talking about? Okay. Take. This is also a very common one. He takes the dogs out to the park every day. Simple present. In the past tense, I will say, he took the dogs out to the park yesterday. Yesterday is gone. It's Tuesday, not Monday anymore. All right. Does everybody understand how to make a positive sentence with the irregular verb? Does anybody have questions?
No.
Okay. So this is a positive sentence, right? Remember that. Positive sentence. Now, remember last week we also learned about the negative sentences with our regular verbs. So, for example, he worked hard, right? He worked hard yesterday. When we put it in the negative sentence, can anybody tell me how do we put that in a negative?
He didn't work hard yesterday.
Good. He didn't work hard yesterday. So then we don't say worked hard. We use the base form of the verb, right? This is a negative sentence. Good. And if it's a question, Majid, you want to try turning it into a question? Yeah, so if we take the sentence, he worked hard, if I want to ask it instead of say it, what do we say? And the verb? Good. Did he work hard? Very good. Well done. So with our question, we also use the base form of the verb. So only in the positive do we say worked with the ed, but in a negative sentence, it's work. In a question, we say work. We use the base form of the verb. Now, the same rule applies for irregular verbs. So you already know this. Okay. So, for example, with a negative sentence, I didn't buy a car last year. Can you see? It's not I didn't bought a car. We say I didn't buy a car last year. When I ask the question, did you buy a car last year? Right? Buy, not bought. If I have a positive sentence, I will say, I bought a car last year. I bought a car last year. Okay. So it's the same rule we already learned. Questions and negatives, we use the base form of the verb because our did is already in the past tense. Okay. So remember, these are some of our other irregular verbs. So in your student book, I think it's page 131, there is a list of irregular verbs. So these are just some examples. Be, we changed to was, right? This is not the word be, it's the be verbs. The be verbs are is, am, and are. So he was, she was, instead of he is, she is. Same with they are, we changed to they were. So it's the past tense of the be verb. Do changes to did, get to got, go to went, and have to had. Okay, so I want to show you the base form, how we use it in a positive sentence, and then this will be for our negative or question. We would use this form of the verb, the base form. Okay, so buy, right? It's the present simple. I buy coffee every morning. I buy coffee every morning. When I talk about the past tense already gone, I say I bought coffee yesterday, but I didn't buy coffee today. Drive. So I drive my car to work every day, but yesterday I drove my brother's car and I didn't drive to work this morning. Okay. Find, same thing. Find, found, I didn't find. Negative. Okay. I think most of you will understand this. There's some more examples here. So give, gave, didn't give, right? Leave. I leave my office at 4 o'clock every day. I left my office at 4 o'clock yesterday, and I didn't leave my office at 4 o'clock this morning. Okay, so speak, spoke, send. This one is very important. It's sent. So this is send. I send a message to my mom every morning, but sent, past tense. I sent a message this morning. Okay. Does anybody have any questions about the irregular verbs? Any questions?
No.
Okay, perfect. I'm happy to hear that. Okay. So now you will see I've put a list of irregular verbs on here. This is an example. I want to tell you there are no rules for irregular verbs. Unfortunately, we have lots of rules with our ed at the end. If the word ends with this, if it ends with a vowel and a y, then we add the ed. If it doesn't end with a vowel, if it's a consonant and a y, then we take it away and then we add ed, right? We don't have any rules for irregular verbs. So these are just some examples. So we know the be verb, we say was and were, or been, we can use been as well. There are some that stays the same for all three, like bet, and bet. I bet all my money on gambling. I bet all my money this morning, right? So it's the same. Bite. Oh, this one is a very common mistake we make. Bite, right? To bite something, bit something, and we've got bitten is the past participle. So this row over here, this is the past participle. You guys don't have to worry about this too much. It's nice to know, but it's not that important. You can know it if you can. If not, it's okay. Begin, began, right? I'm trying to see if there's any important ones. Okay, this one. Catch, to catch something. When somebody throws you something, you catch it. I caught it. We say caught. Choose, make a choice, right? I choose pizza. Or I chose soccer yesterday. It was a choice, right? I chose. Okay. Cost is the same. The cost of something, how expensive it is. It costs a lot of money. Cut. Deal, dealt, and dealt. So these are just some examples. If you would like, you can just look. One important one, can and could. Very important one. We use that as well. So can, I want to say you use this with, it's almost as important as go, have, and do. It's at the same level. I could work. I could go to the party yesterday, right? Past tense. I could instead of can. Okay. So, does anybody have any questions before we move on? Yes. You want me to send you this list? Yeah, I'll send it on the group. No problem. No problem. I don't mind. I don't want you guys to get confused with it. So I'll send it to you. It's just for you to know. You, unfortunately, with this, there's no rules. So we have to memorize it. But the more you speak, the easier it gets. Another important one is the word read, right? So I read a book every day. I read a book. It's spelled in exactly the same way, but when we pronounce it, it changes. I read a book every day, or I read the newspaper every day, but I read the newspaper this morning. Okay, so I don't mind, Majid. I'll send it to you after class. Please remind me if I don't, but I'm sure I will remember. Okay, so now I would like for us to do a little bit of practice. Okay, let me just change my screen share. Okay, so these are some of our, this is a good practice for us to do. There's one word I want to tell you because I don't know if I mentioned it. The word say in the past tense is said. Said. Okay. Right. So you will see with this practice, the verb is here, go. We are going to put the story in the simple past tense. Okay. So instead of go, I will say went. So last summer, my family and I went to Colorado for a vacation. Okay. So I want you to know some of these words are regular verbs, some of them are irregular. So you're going to have to see if you know which one is which. Which is which? Okay, who would like to try? The first word is rent. Rent, past tense of rent.
We rented.
Good. It is a regular verb. We rented a house in Glenwood. Good. The next one is the be verb, not the word be. So the weather, when we talk about the weather, what would we say? Do we say for the past tense of be? Yeah, past tense.
Was.
Was. Yes, the weather was. Remember, it's not be the word, it's the be verb. Okay. We do.
Did it.
We did. Yes, good. We did different things every day. Go.
When?
Yes, good. We went. Okay, the next one is visit. We learned visit last week. Let's see who remembers. Visit.
Visited.
Yes, visited. Good. We visited. Past tense of stay.
Stayed.
Stayed. Yes, good. You guys remembered. It's a regular verb. Good. Have. We learned this
Had.
last week as well.
Had.
Yes. Had. Well done. Now, be verb and it's children. Children.
Where.
Yes, well done. We use the plural form. Perfect. The children were happy. Okay, now we've got the word arrive.
Arrived.
Good. Yes, well done. That is good pronunciation as well. We pronounce it arrived. Majid, you said it well. Arrived. So arrived at the door. The next one is say.
Stayed.
Said. Yes, good. Okay. Said. I know who listens to me because I just told you that answer. Good. Okay, answer. Answer.
Answered.
Good. Answered. Yes. C.
So.
Saw. Yes. Well done. That's an irregular verb. Good. Look.
Looked.
Okay.
Good. Looked. Yes. And my daughter, be verb. My
Was.
daughter is?
Was.
Yes. Good.
Was.
Was. Yes.
Was.
There we go. My daughter was in the pool. And now a negative. So not be verb.
My son
Wasn't.
Yes, well
Wasn't.
done. My
Wasn't.
son wasn't. Good. My son wasn't in the pool. Okay. Now we've got a question, right? So the verb we have is see. What do we need to include to make a question? We need something with the see in the past tense. What do we need?
Where did you see?
Yes. Well done. Where did you, and we use the base form of the verb in a question. Where did you see him? Well done. Okay, past tense of ask. What is the past tense of ask?
Ask.
Yeah, asked. Right. Asked or asked, like the Americans pronounce. Good. Now, another question. So, talk. You to him.
Did you talk? Did you talk?
Is it talk or talked?
Talk.
Just talk. Good. Yes. We use the base form of the verb, right? Base form of the verb. Okay. Now, negative. So he was on the road to town, but I not speak. So it's a negative.
Didn't speak.
Yes. Well done. Didn't speak. Okay. We know the past tense of say is said. We've already done that one. Now we've got the word tell. This is going to be a good one. Let's see.
Told.
Yes, well done. I told my husband we need to go to town. Good. The next one is wait.
Waited.
Waited. Yes, good job. Then we have go again.
When.
Went.
Went.
Went. Yes. Be verb for my son.
Was.
Was.
Was. Very good. Have.
He had.
Had.
Had. With the d, right? And now I'm asking the question, and the verb is leave. Leave.
Why did you leave the house?
Yes, good. Why did you leave the house? We use the base form of the verb. Now, we, right? The word is we. What's the base verb?
We-
I mean,
Where?
Where?
we were.
Were.
Very good. All the guys are sleeping. It's only the girls answering. Good. Last one. Want.
Wanted.
Wanted. Good. Okay. I'm so proud of you all. Well done. Okay. I'll read the story so we know what's happening here. Okay. Last summer, my family and I went to Colorado for a vacation. We rented a house in Glenwood Springs in the western part of Colorado, about 150 miles from Denver. The weather was fantastic, hot and sunny during the day, but cold at night. We did different things every day. Sometimes we went to Vale or Aspen and visited parks and art galleries. On other days, we stayed in the house. It had a swimming pool in the yard, so the children were happy. One afternoon, an old woman arrived at the door. Good afternoon, she said. I'm your neighbor. Are your children home? Yes, I answered. I think so. Why? Because about an hour ago, I saw a small boy near town. I think he was your son. I looked out of the window. My daughter was in the swimming pool, but my son wasn't there. Where did you see him? I asked. Did you talk to him? He was on the road, but I didn't speak to him, the old woman said. Come on, I told my husband. We need to go to town. The old woman waited at the house with my daughter, and we went to town. My son was outside a cafe. He had a big ice cream cone in his hand. Why did you leave the house? I asked him. We were really worried. I wanted an ice cream cone, he said. Okay, good. I just wanted to read the story so everybody knew what the story was about. Good. Okay, I think you guys understand it well. I'm really proud of you. Last time, does anybody have any questions about the irregular verbs?
No.
Perfect. Good. Okay, so now we'll move on. I'm sorry, I just need to drink some water. We're going to move on to, before we do the future tense, I want us to look at object pronouns. So this is Unit 7B in your student book. It's on page 104. Okay, so we learned what subject pronouns are. Can everybody remember? Subject pronouns: I, you, we, they, he, she, and it. Does everybody remember this?
Yes.
Good. Okay. Our subject pronouns go at the beginning of the sentence, right? So, like, I am happy, or he worked hard, or she went to Mexico, right? So they go at the beginning of the sentence. So it serves as the subject, the person doing the action, right? Now, we are going to look at object pronouns. So, what are object pronouns? Object pronouns in English are the following: me, you, him, her, it, us, and them. So you'll see two of them are exactly the same. You stays the same. So you are a teacher, right? It's exactly the same when we put you at the end as the object. And it is the dog, right? Or it is happy, right? We use the subject pronouns as the subject of a verb. So you'll see here, I want everybody, you can take a screenshot of this slide. This is how you remember it. So instead of I, we say me. Instead of you, we use you, but us, we use we. Instead of they are the teachers, we would say them, right? Instead of he, we use him. Instead of she, we use her. So it and you are the only two that are the same for both. So let me give you an example. Okay. Lisa is a teacher. Lisa is the subject, right? So she teaches the students. She works in a school. Okay. She is the subject pronoun. Okay. When I use it as an object, I can say, I see her every day. I am the subject, and seeing, she's the one that I see. So she receives my verb. So she's on the receiving end of the verb. Okay. So Lisa is my friend. I see her every day. We cannot say she. I see she every day. We say her. We use the object pronoun. Okay. Does anybody have any questions? Do you understand the difference? Anybody? Questions?
No.
Oh,
Okay. Perfect. So you will see we use the object pronoun as the object of the verb. Me, him, she, them, us. And we use it after prepositions. So, for example, the book is on, the table is the object. So, the book is the subject, is on, this is the preposition, that's my be verb. This is a preposition. It tells us the position of something. My headphones are on my head. My glasses are on my face. Okay. The book is under the table. So, the book is the subject, is the be verb, under is the preposition, and the table is the object. So, how do we use it? You never listen to me, right? Or I was talking to him. Usually, the preposition we use is to, okay? Like I was talking to him. You never listened to me. The teacher talked to us. It goes after the to preposition. Okay. So with short answers, now I want everybody to be very careful with short answers. This is very informal. So you can talk like this when you are talking to your friend or to your family. Maybe you can talk like that. Who is there? Me. I can answer and say, me. Who ate the cake? Him. Right? While I'm pointing him. I'm tired. Oh, me too. Right? We can use it for our short answers. Okay. This is a little prepositions. The cat is in the ball. The cat is on the ball, in front of, behind, under, and near. But the preposition I want you to remember is to. When you see this to, that's our object pronoun we use. So with short answers, I'm sorry, guys, my voice is starting to give out. With short answers, the subject pronoun, we use it with a verb. Okay. So, for example, I am. Who is there? I am. Who ate the cake? He did. I'm tired. I am too. Can you hear? This is more formal. So when we when we use these, it's for your boss or for somebody that is older than you. We can use these expressions. We use the subject pronoun. Okay, so you'll see we've got our verbs here just to remind everybody. He is, I am, they are. We also use do and does, right? So I am, he did, you are, right? We use those. We've got action verbs. We've got action verbs like eat, drink, and sleep. When we use those, we use the subject pronoun. Okay. And with was and were as well, and did, we use the subject pronoun. Okay. Does everybody understand? Subject pronoun, formal answer. Object pronoun, we don't need a verb and it's informal. So when I'm talking to my friend, I can say, oh, me too. But when I'm talking to my boss, I will say, I am too. It's a bit more formal. Okay. Does everybody understand? Yes, teacher. No, teacher.
Yes.
Good. Thank you. So here's a summary of our subject and object pronouns. So this is how we use them. Subject pronouns, beginning of the sentence. Object pronouns, end of the sentence, right? So I am your teacher. I am the subject. Everyone, please listen to, there's our preposition, me. Me, it's the object pronoun. So you are my mother. I love you, right? It goes at the end here, it's the object. At the start here, it's the subject. Okay. He was at the gym. I talked to him. So instead of he, we say him. She never listens. Don't talk to her. It is a great movie. I watched it last night. We are famous. Everyone loves us. And they are good singers. Why don't you sing with them? So you see, it goes at the end of my sentence when it's the object, at the start when it's the subject. And then we also want to look at these little expressions we can use. So this is a way of explaining how strong you feel about something. Okay, so I really like Arabic music. It means like I really like it. I really want to listen to it. It's good for me. If I say I like Arabic music, it's like, yeah, okay, you like it. If I say I hate Mondays, it's like, okay, she doesn't like Mondays. But if I say, oh, I really hate Mondays, can you guys hear the difference and how it makes my meaning stronger? I love pizza. But if I say I really love pizza, it makes the meaning stronger. Okay. So we can use the word really in front of like, love, and hate to express how much more we like or love or hate something. Okay. Does anybody have any questions? This slide over here, this is not part of object pronouns. This is just a little extra to show how to express a stronger meaning. Does anybody have any questions about this? Or yes?
Teacher, when it come verb after hate and love and like, we add ing, right?
So ask me one more time, Banan. Sorry, I just want to make sure.
When it come verb after like, love, hate,
Yeah.
we add ing with verb.
Well, we can add ing, but we wouldn't say I really liking, right? Remember when we add ing,
the verb after like I like swimming.
yes, I like swimming.
Okay, but if it come, I like go swimming or going swim. How it is?
Okay, so when we have just the verb, right? When we have it like this, I like swimming. When we want to use just swim, I like to swim. To swim. Then we need to add to. We add the preposition. Can you see the difference, Banan? Yeah?
Yes.
So
But if it come to verb, I think go and swim. I like go swimming, or going swimming, or oh. It's like that.
I like to go swim.
Okay.
Yes. So this preposition to, we use it so often in English. It's a very important preposition. I like to go swim. I like listening to music, right? We don't just listen music, we listen to music. So we use that preposition very often, especially with our verbs I like, when we have I like. But in this situation, I just want you to memorize the really, right? So if we add really, I like swimming. I really like swimming. It emphasizes it. That's the word we use, emphasize. It makes the meaning stronger. Okay. Good. So, but we are also going to look at the future tense now, which will help you. You'll see we're going to learn, if I can click. We go. Yes. Yeah. So, mhm. Okay. So Majid, we don't say I like not Monday. We say I don't like Monday. I don't like Monday. Yeah, that's okay. I just wanted to help you so you know. So there is hate. The word hate is a very, very strong word for disliking something. So if I tell you, think about it like this, Majid. If I tell you, I mm, I don't like eggs, for example. If I say I don't like eggs, right? You might think, it's not that bad. She doesn't like it. Maybe I don't like it. I don't like it, but I will still eat it. Right? I don't like it, but I will still eat it if I really have to. Okay? But if I tell you I hate eggs, it means I will not eat it. Even if I have to eat it, I won't eat it because I really hate it. So it means I will still eat it, but I don't like it. But if I say I hate it, it kind of means it's stronger. It's a stronger meaning. It means I won't do it, even if I have to. Does that make sense? Yeah. So like to not to like something is like maybe 20% or 30%. It's like you try a new food and you say, I don't really like it, but you eat it anyway. Or like you can say, I give you an example. I I don't like exercising. It makes me feel good and I feel strong and healthy, but I don't like it. While I'm doing it, I'm like, oh, I wish I didn't have to exercise. I don't like it. But if I say I hate exercise, it's a stronger meaning. It means I hate exercise so much, I don't even do it. It means it's a stronger feeling. It's the same with like and love, right? I can say, mm, when I met my husband, I liked him. I thought, he's a handsome man, and I liked him, right? Then when we got to know each other, I loved him. It's a stronger feeling. So it shows more it's stronger than just like. To not to like something and to hate something. Hate is a strong feeling. Do you understand? Okay. I don't know. Do you have words in Arabic for it? For hate and like?
Yes.
You do.
Very
Okay.
different.
Okay. Good. Right. Okay. So, but then you asked me about the be going and like if we have more than one verb, we are going to look at that in the next 30 minutes or so.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, I will explain it to you as well. I want you to understand it properly. But for this slide, you don't have to worry about it too much. Does anybody have any questions about the object pronouns? So I'm going to give you an example, one more example quickly. He is the subject, kicked, right? We know what kicking is when you move your leg and you kick something. He kicked me. So me, that is the object pronoun because I am the one being kicked. So he kicked me. He's the subject. Kick is the verb. And me, I am on the receiving end of the kick. So I am the object. Right. I am the subject. If I say I love you, I am the subject. Love is the verb. And you are the object. Okay, so let's practice this a little bit. Nobody has any questions. So I am very confident in your ability to answer my questions. Okay, let's see. Okay, so there we go. Can you see my screen share? Did it change? Okay, so we've got our subject pronoun at the start of the sentence. She, and I know the past, not the past, the object pronoun for she is her. So she is a great singer. I really like her. Right? Let's see number 1. I have an old bike, but I don't use. Yes, well done. Because it's the bike. I don't use it very much. Good, Majid. Well done. Jim likes Sarah, but she doesn't like.
Him.
Yes. Good. She doesn't like him. Good. My children love music. I
Them.
sing. Yes, well done. I sing to them every night. Is Emma nice? Emma is a woman. How would we answer?
Yes, woman.
Her.
Good. So I don't know
Her.
Her. Her.
her. I don't know her very well. Good. These are my new shoes. Do you like
It.
it? Okay. There's another word we would use here as well. Because it's
No
plural.
problem. It or
Them.
Them. Well done. Yes. Yes. Because it's plural. Good. So these are my new shoes. Do you like them? If it's one shoe, I can say, do you like it? Right? But shoes are an object. So remember, it's your plural shoes. Do you like it? Okay. I'm hungry. Can you make?
make it a sandwich.
Okay. Make me a sandwich, please. Yes. Make me a sandwich, please. Good. Our children usually have lunch. So
Us.
this one's a little difficult. Maybe. Say again.
Us.
With us.
Yes, with us on the weekend. Good. I don't have my car today. Can I go to the concert?
With you.
With me.
With you. Okay. Someone said you and someone said me. It's you. Can I go to the concert with you? Well done. Okay. So this one was a little bit tricky because it's a bike. We use it. And you, there's no subject here. We have to figure it out, right? We have to figure it out by assumption. Okay. Well done, everybody. Let yeah. Yeah. So we would say, do you like them? Plural form because it's shoes, right? But I was explaining, Majid, if it's only one shoe, if it's like my phone, I'm like, this is my new phone. Do you like it? Right? But shoes, plural form. These are my new glasses. Do you like them? Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe it's just because I was typing. Sorry, Majid. It's just a mistake. Sorry. I didn't realize I didn't. I typed without erasing it. Sorry. Okay. So them, plural, remember, always remember plural is more than one thing. So the rules are a little bit different for those. If I ask you about my glasses, I will say, these are my new glasses. Do you like them? Because it's glasses. We use always glasses. If I show you my teeth, I will say, are they clean? Right? Are they clean? Because I've got more than one tooth. So we always use that. I was trying to explain, maybe I forgot to erase it, but I was trying to explain when you have only one shoe, then I can say, do you like it? Because it's one. Okay. Good. Now we've got the next one. Complete the sentences with object pronoun. So we have got, I always say hello to Ryan, but he never talks to me. Right? Who would like to try sentence number 2?
Emily loves her boyfriend, but I don't think he loves him.
He loves him.
He loves her.
Yes,
Her,
good.
yeah.
He loves her. Okay. He loves her. Well done. Number 3, who would like to try?
We go to my parents'
Yeah.
house every weekend, but they never visit him.
Not him.
Visit,
So
visit
can you remember the object pronoun for
that.
we?
Us.
For we?
Visit that.
Not that. So Faisal, remember the subject pronoun for. So let me type it like this. Yeah, 1 second, Majid.
Us.
Okay.
Never visit us.
Yes, that's
Us.
right.
Us. Number 3.
Yes, I know. I just want I want Faisal to see. Okay. So these
Yeah,
all
thank you,
are
teacher.
different. Right. So we, instead of we will say us. It's the object pronoun. So we go to my parents' house every weekend, but they never visit us. Okay. Good. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for helping us. Good. Now, the next one. Majid, you want to do number 4? Go ahead. Sorry. Good. Why don't you cook for me? Good. Good. There we go. Okay, number 5, Meshkas, go ahead.
Yes, I like they people I work with, but never go to with me.
Okay. So the people the people I work with are they.
They they
Look at our list over here.
them.
Yes. I never go out with them. Okay. So I am the subject, right? I like the people I work with. If I talk about the people, it's a group of people. So then if I want to say they are the people I work with, right? Then I can change the they to them. Okay. Number 6, Manal, go ahead.
My grandmother has cell phone, but she never uses her.
Okay. So a cell phone is a thing, Manal. What would we say for a thing, not a person?
It.
Yes, well done. She never uses it. Okay. Cell phone. I know this one can be a little bit confusing because we've got my grandmother and a cell phone. So, my grandmother is the subject, has a cell phone, but she never uses it. These are compound sentences. So they're a little bit more complicated than just subject, verb, object. There's more than that in the sentence. Okay, so it, well done. And I know Jessica's husband. Who wants to try this one?
Me,
Oh, Lena, go ahead, yeah?
I know Josh's husband, but I don't like her.
Husband,
Him.
the husband, him. Okay, and Afnan, you want to do number 8 for us?
Where are my glasses? I needed to read the newspaper.
Oh, it. What did we
No.
say about glasses? More than one thing?
Them.
Like shoes.
Like shoes, yes. So I need them
Them.
to read the newspaper. Okay. So where are my glasses? I need them to read the newspaper. Good. Okay. Well done, everybody. Does anybody have any questions? I know some of these are a little bit tricky. Any questions at all? All right. Well, do you guys want to take a break before we continue with the next chapter?
Okay.
Okay, perfect. Sure. That's fine. I'll see you all back here at 11 minutes past for the last one. Okay. Thank you, loves. Let's see you now.
teacher.
Yes, Faisal?
This last class, huh?
Yes, this is our last class.
The exam Saturday, on Saturday.
Is it on Saturday? I thought you guys are writing next week. Okay, yes.
Thank you.
Let me. I will double check for you now, Faisal. I'm looking at the 27th. Yes, that's right. So your final exam is on the 27th.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, is everybody back? Are we ready to finish this? Yes. No. Everybody? Somebody? Everybody scream. Hey,
Yeah.
everybody back?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, let's see. All right, so we are going to the last chapter for grammar that we have to learn is be going to. It's the future. Okay, so be going to. We have when we talk about the future. So I want you to think about something that you are going to do, right? So going to. So Banan, this is, we answer your question here. Okay, so be going to is used to talk about the future. So it is something that is going to happen tonight, tomorrow, next week, Sunday, next year, when we use any of those future expressions. So I am going to watch a movie tonight. Hadel is going to visit Canada next week. And Maud and Mazen are going to play football on Sunday, right? So you will see we use be going to plus the base form of the verb. Right. So we learned the past. We learned was and were and played and ate, right? Then we had the present tense to talk about something that is generally true, like the sky is blue. He is a teacher. She lives in Yemen, right? And the future is going to, am going to. And then we have our verb as well. So let's see. We use it to talk about future plans. So this slideshow is very old. It should be 2025. So Miss Amy is going to visit New Zealand next year, right? In the future. So this year, if we imagine this year is 2021, next year is 2022, Miss Amy is going to visit New Zealand next year. You can use future time expressions with be going to. So we learned past time expressions are words like yesterday, this morning, last week, last month, last year. Future time expressions, we use things like tomorrow, next week, next month, next year. It is in the future. So my father is going to cook lasagna for dinner tomorrow, right? Tomorrow is still coming. So remember, like I said, was in the past, yesterday is gone. We use tomorrow in the future. All right. So remember our word order. We always have our subject at the beginning of the sentence. Then we have be going to. So your be will change depending on your subject. So if it's he, I will say he is going to. If it's they, I will say they are going to. If it's I am going to. And then our verb it doesn't matter if it is a regular verb or irregular verb. We use the base form. So I am going to buy a new car next year, right? With a negative sentence, the only thing that we change is we add the word not after the be verb, which we already learned. It's exactly the same as how you make your present simple sentences. They are not teachers, right? That was our present simple. With these, we will say they are not going to visit us tomorrow, or they aren't going to. Okay. We can use contractions as well. Does everybody understand? The verb is always the same, always the base form with future. Okay. Any questions? Okay. No questions. So when we ask a question, we put our be verb at the front of the sentence. Okay. So we already learned that when I make a sentence in the present simple, he is American. When I ask the question, I will say, is he American? Right? Same rule applies. The is or are comes to the front of the sentence. Are you going to buy a new car? Are you going to buy a new car? Is he going to buy a new car? Am I going to teach you again? Right? So am I going to? We use the be verb depending on the subject. And then when we answer, we can answer the same way we did for our present simple. Yes, you are. Yes, he is. No, he isn't. Yes, no, I'm not. Right? So you guys remember, answering is the same way when we use the future, when we talk about the future. When we have a question word, we have our WH question, what, when, where, why, how at the start. Then our be verb, then subject, going to, and our verb. So when is she, when is Linda going to buy a new car? When I answer this question, I cannot just say yes or no. I have to say, she is going to buy a new car next week. Okay. Does everybody understand? Any questions about this? So far, no questions? Yes. You can choose. Yes. Because, Majid, Mhm. Yes. Yes, you can choose which one you want to use. If I ask you, when is right? That's my question. When I answer this, I can say he is going to write it on Saturday, or I can say Majid is going to write it on Saturday. Doesn't matter. You can choose if you want to use the subject pronoun or if you want to use the name. It's fine. You can choose which one. Both are correct. Okay. It's the same with our with the question. When is, I can say she going to or going to buy a new car? When is she going to buy a new car? The reason why we said Linda is just so that there's a name. But if we use she, it's still okay. The sentence is still right. Okay. Good. So positive statements. We know the be verbs, he, she, and it. We use is. We, they, and you, we use are. And I am. So it's the same rules we learned for the be verbs already, right? I am going to paint the door. This is the full infinitive. Now, Banan, do you see? All of these have the word to in front of the verb.
Yes.
Okay, so I am going to paint the door. You are going to love this book. Jack is going to buy a new computer. It is going to rain. We are going to visit a museum. They are going to accept our invitation. Negative sentences, we still need the to, right? The only thing we add is the word not after the be verb. So I am not going to paint the door. You are not going to love this book. Jack is not going to buy a new computer. It is not going to rain. We are not going to visit a museum. They are not going to accept our invitation. It stays the same. With the question, we put the be verb in front. Am I going to paint the door? Are you going to love this book? Is Jack going to paint a new computer, buy a new computer? Is it going to rain? Are we going to visit a museum? And are they going to accept our invitation? And then when we answer, simple present tense. Yes, I am. No, you aren't. Yes, he is. No, it isn't. Yes, we are. No, they aren't. Those are my example answers. Okay, so that is the future, right? Do we have any questions before we continue? Perfect. Okay, so I will share what I will do for you all. I will share this document with you in on the WhatsApp group after our class. Okay, so this is a summary of everything that we've already learned with regards to the different tenses. Okay. So, Majid, you mentioned in the chat, you said you want to know about the test, what's important. I can tell you everything in the test I already explained to you. We don't ask you anything you don't know. You will have learned it at some point. Okay. So, if you want to, I know one of the students asked me last week if I can send the PDF documents on the group. I don't mind. If you want me to, I can. I will share this one with all of you because this is a summary of the present, simple, past, and the future. So it's good it covers everything in one presentation. So if you guys want this, let me know and I can send it. If you want the other stuff, I'll also send it. Okay, so let's review. We're going to recap the stuff we already learned. Okay, so simple present. We use the be verb when we have no other verb. So you are in room 4. Negative, you are not in room 4. Question, are you in room 4? Right? We use the be verb. And then if we have a work question, where are you? We use the simple present with other verbs, then we don't need a be verb. So I work in an office, but he, she, and it works in an office. I explained to you we add the S or ES. I wash the dishes. He washes the dishes. Okay. Negative sentence. We use do not and does not. So he, she, and it does, but I, you, we, and they do. I do not work in an office. He does not work in an office. We don't say works. We don't need the S. He does not work in an office. And a question, do you work in an office? Does she work in the office? And where does she work or where do you work? Right? So those are our other verbs. We don't need a be verb. We use do and does for negative and questions. All right. Is everybody with me so long? Does everybody remember this? Can everybody remember?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Now, the next thing we're going to look at is can and can't. So we also use can and can't when we are speaking in the present simple. But I did tell you when we use can and can't, we don't need do and does because it already has its own negative form, right? So you can park your car here. You can't park your car here. He can, they can. It's the same for all the subject pronouns. And negative is the same for all the subject pronouns. We also learned I can be, right? Remember, can be we use for an adjective or adverb. I can be happy. He can be an optimistic man. There's no verb there. It is an adjective and a noun. And where can I park? So we already learned those. It does not change. Those rules don't change. It's the same for everybody, and we use the base form of the verb. Okay, that is our present simple. The simple past tense we use to talk about something that is already done. Yesterday, last week, it's finished. It's no more. Okay. So for the be verb, am, is, and are, we use was and were. So I, he, she, it, we use was, and you, we, they, we use are. Instead of those, we will say was and were. So I was at school yesterday. It's gone. He was at school yesterday. Negative, we use wasn't, right? And when we ask a question, be verb in front. Okay? Remember, we learned last week the regular verbs, we add the ed. We arrived in Vietnam. We didn't arrive, then we use the base form of the verb because it's negative. And a question, we use the base form. Did you arrive in Vietnam? Same rule applies for the irregular verbs. The only difference is the way we write the word. We don't say I goed to the movies. I went to the movies. So those rules stay the same. Positive sentence, went. Negative sentence, didn't go. Okay? It's the same rules we already learned. So it's just a different word. We use it to talk about actions that are already done. So Amy visited Italy last year. Amy ate chocolate for breakfast. Okay. The simple present with regular and irregular verbs have the same meaning and use. They all describe finished action. So what am I saying? The rules are exactly the same for all of them. The only difference is the spelling of the verbs and how they change. Okay. So I'm not even going to go over that again. The past time expressions, right? Yesterday, I already told you. Yesterday, last night, last week, last month, last year. Okay. All in the past. And then today, we looked at the future form. So future, to talk about something that is still going to happen. So they are going to dance. We need the be verb and we use the base form of the verb. They are going to tango next week. They aren't going to visit Argentina. Are they going? And when are they going? It's the same verb, same subject for everything. Okay, and then the last one, present continuous. We use it to talk about something that is happening. So we use the ing at the end. We use the be verb. He is watching a movie. She is watching a movie. I am watching a movie. So our be verb changes, but the verb stays the same. And we use it to talk about things that we are doing at the moment. All right. Perfect. Does anybody have any questions? Any questions?
Thank you, teacher.
Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I know it's a lot of information. that I give you at the same time. But I'll send this document to you so you guys can look at it. I'm sorry, I have to cough. Oh, okay. I will share this document with you. Okay. I'm sorry, I have to drink some water, everybody. Please excuse me. My throat is not happy. Okay. So we're done with that. I have a little practice test that I would like for us to try. Does anybody have any questions before we do the practice test? Any questions about the test? Anything you're worried about? Please ask me, guys. I don't mind. Okay, no questions. Everybody's happy?
Thank you.
Okay, perfect. So I will tell you for your test what I do know. I can tell you what I do know. I can't tell you what I don't know. What I do know is you get 3 hours to do your test. Your test questions are based on information you have already learned. Okay. So this little test here, this is just a practice. But your test is similar to this. So your test, you will have different options you can choose from, right? So you can see it's A, B, C, or D. That's how your test is as well. It's multiple choice. You can choose which one is the correct one. And all the test questions are based on things that we've already learned. Now, do you guys want me to send you my PDF files on what I've taught you?
Yes, please. Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, I'll send it to you after the class. Okay, so I think what we can do is let's get through this test. This is the best kind of practice we have. See how much we can get through as quickly as possible, and then we'll know what you guys need to focus on to study for your test. Okay, so we're going to start with number 1. Good afternoon. Can you give me information? Now, I want to tell you guys information is uncountable. We did talk about this. Who wants to try? Who wants to try the answer?
Any information?
Okay. Any information? So some information. Yes. Okay. I wanted to explain. Information is uncountable, and any we use for negative. So we would say, can you give me some information? One bit of information. We use the singular form, right? Yes, of course. It is.
Number B.
It is a lovely. Is it one park or many parks?
One box.
One park, right? So we don't need the S sound. Remember, I told you guys about the plural form, we add the S. So it is a lovely park. We would say it's C. It is a lovely park.
Number B.
There are many. I think I heard you say D. I'm not sure. Did you say D or B?
Okay.
D, right?
Yeah.
Yes, there are many things you can see there. Is there a slide in that park? I love to use the slide. Yes.
B.
Yes, there is. We would use is.
Yes, there is.
B.
There is one. Yes. So we would say, yes, there is one, right? There is one. Be careful of the spelling, right? This says 3, not there. This says 3. Okay. Number 5, we learned this. Do I? What do we use for I?
Have.
Two.
Do I have to? Okay. Yes. Do I have to? If it was he or she, we would say has to, right? Yes, please. We learned can and cannot. Who can answer this one for us?
You cannot wear. B.
Good. You cannot wear a skirt when you are on the slide. Can you tell me more about the park? There are some swings, prepositions. Anybody? Somebody?
Some swings. In front
In
of.
front of. Good. There are some swings in front of a hut. So we need a. It's C, right? In front of a hut. One hut. Remember, I taught you guys the articles. We spoke about a for one thing, a hut, right? An elephant, if it's the vowel sounds. Okay. There are, is it some or any? Positive. I want you to know it's positive. So I told you we use any for negative. So is it A or C for number 8?
There are some.
There are some. Okay. That's right. Is it A
Yes, C.
or C? C.
A.
Good.
3.
C. Yes, because A says 3. 3 are some. Good. And there are benches.
Some bench.
Some benches.
Benches. Yes.
Benches. Good. Plural form. And then number 10, I'm asking a question.
Are there?
Good. Are there? Okay. Jungle gym.
Yes. One is.
One
Is-
jungle gym. Yes. So is there a jungle gym? Remember, we
yes.
need the article. Is
D.
there a jungle gym? Okay. Good. This one, don't be scared, guys. Let's try the next one. We learned our prepositions. Yes. It's easier in the test. I promise. But it's a lot easier in the test. This is more difficult because I want you to see what the most difficult can be. So when you do the test, it's much easier. Okay. So let's look at this one. Okay, Majid, you can try this one for us. Michael and his mother, they, right? When you have Michael and his mother, it becomes they. And we see the word always, right? So when it's they, do we say eat or eat? Yeah, you're
What?
saying no to yourself? Tell me.
It is verb. S come with she and he and it and singular.
Yes, well done, Banan. So we don't need the S. Majid, you know this as well because you're saying no to yourself. We don't need this S. So it's not that one because it's Michael and his mother. So they, right? They always eat at a restaurant. They love Sudanese food. Okay. Can you see, Majid? You know the answer. You just think you don't know, but you know the answer. We've already learned this. You guys know it. I know you do. Okay. Okay. Number 12. We don't have to worry about this one if you don't want to, but let's try. The students have to come to school. This is a preposition. We didn't really focus much on prepositions. Does anybody know? Do they want to try?
I think in Monday morning.
Very close. Yeah.
On.
It's
Number
on.
B.
On Monday. Yes. So we say
B.
on Monday. Okay. I want you to try number
Teacher,
13.
on or in?
On Monday. Prepositions are on.
Okay.
That's mean before days we use on.
That's right. So I'll explain it to you, Banan. I don't want you guys to get confused, but I will explain quickly. So in we use with years, weeks, months, and long periods of time and seasons. Right. So, for example, I can say in 2019, I'm typing, but it's not coming on. In 2019, my daughter was born in the year. Okay. In August, I am going on a holiday. It's a month. In summer, we have a long holiday, right? In the 14th century, so we're talking about in the Stone Age, a long time ago. Okay. On, we use for days. So on Monday, I'm going to work. On the 12th of November, so it's a date. And on specific days on the month, the specific date, and on special holidays, right? Like on Eid, it's a special holiday. On Christmas, on Easter, right? So we use on Easter day, specific day. All right. So we use those specific words for on. Monday at 7:00. At we use for time. So on specific day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and a date on 4 August 2016, specific. In we use for the year, long year. So in 2010, in August, the whole month, and at we use for time. I'll see you at 7:00. I'll meet you at lunchtime for a specific time. Okay. Right, let's try. I only want you to look at the first half of the sentence. So my grandmother watch favorite soap opera. Don't worry about the second part. That's not important to me. Let's try the first one. My grandmother. What is the subject pronoun we use for my grandmother?
Always watches.
Always watches. Yes, because she, right? She always watches. Good. Okay. Good. Sorry, guys. Okay, let's see the next one. Two students 2 students, so more than 1, 2. Fight or fights?
Fight. Yes, fight.
Good, Majid. Good. Well done. 2 students, don't worry about the adverb frequency. 2 students seldom fight. I'm typing in capital letters and I don't want you guys to make the same mistake. Seldom fight and usually fight. It's the same because it's more than one. Fight and fight. Okay. Now, this next one, very good. Let's try this next one. He, do we say love or loves? Present simple. He. Good. We add the S. Well done. He loves his pet. But now the negative. What happens when it's negative?
Doesn't love.
Doesn't. Yeah. Tell us, Majid, as well. You can tell us. Doesn't loves. Do we need the S? But it's negative, Majid. Can you remember what happens when it's negative?
Not without
Doesn't.
S, yes.
Without the S. Okay. Doesn't love. So the answer is B. He loves positive sentence. Remember, you guys learned this. I know you know it. So positive sentence, he loves his pet, right? Negative sentence, he doesn't love his pet. We don't put the S in the negative sentence with the with our present simple. We don't put the S. Okay. Do you remember that? Do you guys remember that one? Let's try number 17. Okay. Number 17 at the bottom here. Oh, I moved it to the top now. Usually is a frequency adverb. What do we know? If we see a frequency adverb, what do we do?
I'm working.
No. Make the verb at present simple.
Present simple, yes. So we use the present simple when we see a frequency adverb. So usually yes, good. Usually I work as a secretary at ABT, but this summer, so it's temporary. It will finish. Maybe in 3 months, it'll be done. What did I tell you? If it's temporary, we use the continuous form. So what would we say? But this summer, I am studying. Good. Okay. So this summer, I am studying. Okay. Well done. So usually, frequency adverb, I work as a secretary. But this summer, which means it's short period, I am studying French at a language school in Paris. That's why I'm in Paris. Okay, let's try the next one. Shh, be quiet. John
Is sleeping.
is sleeping. Good. Present continuous. John is sleeping. Okay. Number 19. Present simple, present continuous. I can tell you it's present continuous.
What you are saying?
Yeah, what you are saying.
Because everybody are talking.
Everybody,
Is or are.
we use is. Everybody is a collection, singular. It's a collection of people. Everybody is talking. Okay. Everybody is talking. Okay. Number 20. So this is also present simple, present continuous, present past, simple past. What do you guys think? Mm-hmm. Currently means at the moment. At the moment. Right now. What did we learn if I tell you something right now? So we use the ing, right? We don't need. Mm-hmm.
C is currently writing.
Is writing. So we use the ing when it is happening now. Continuous form. Justin is currently writing a book for his adventures in Tibet. Okay. We use the ing. Writing is currently writing. Remember, we spoke about now, at the moment. Currently is the same at this time. I am currently teaching my students or explaining to my students. Okay. Let me see. I want to find one. Okay, let's try this one. Let's try number 3. It's what we've basically learned today. I'm going to highlight some words to make it a little bit easier for you. So look at the story and look at the words I am highlighting. So what do you guys think number 23 the answer will be?
Past, I think.
Okay.
BB.
There was once a great lion. He was asleep. A little mouse began, past participle, began running up and down. This woke, good, past tense, yes. This woke the lion up, which he
Butted. Everything is past.
is okay. So began, this is a tricky story, right? So there was once a great lion. When he was asleep, a little mouse began running up and down, continuous form, right? Began running up and down. This woke the lion up, which he put, right? Which he put his paw on him and opened, past tense, his big jaws to swallow him. The mouse This is an
Yes.
irregular verb, right? Put is an irregular verb. I showed you that one.
مكاتب سجادات.
Okay. Asked. It's the past regular. We know it's a regular verb.
Picture 25. Past or present?
It's the
Present.
same word. Remember?
Oh,
I
but-
showed you. Put. It's the
okay.
same word. I put my book on the table this morning. Past tense. I put my phone on my desk every day. It's the same word. Remember?
Okay. Okay.
Yes, it's an irregular verb. Okay. I did show that one to you guys. Okay. Let's try. Yes. Which one, Majid? Which one don't you understand?
The story in the past. So we use all the verb in the past.
Okay. Let me explain to Majid. Right. So, Majid, we are looking at other clues in the story. Okay. There was once a great lion when he was asleep. So that tells us was is the past tense. It's gone already. A little mouse began. We're telling the story in the past. So we don't get confused with running up and down. This woke. Remember, wake is the present tense. We don't say waked up. We woke up. It's an irregular verb. So this woke the lion up. Yes. So it's an irregular. Put is irregular as well. Then we have our first regular verb, opened, right? He opened his big jaws to swallow him. The little mouse asked the king to forgive him this time. And he said he would never forget it. And one day the king might need his help. Okay, so we look at our verbs, be verbs in the sentence. Was, is it is. That will tell us, do we put the story in the present or the past? Okay. Right. Let me do this. Does anybody have any of the questions? Hang on. I'll do something. 1 second. Give me 1 second, guys. I want to quickly and just need to make sure you all understand.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. I'm coming. 1 second. I'm just opening the documents quickly. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. Okay. Everything that I asked you in the test, I did explain in this little test we had. Okay, let me show you. Okay, so our first class, we learned can and cannot. Okay, I'm just showing you that we did cover all of this. Does anybody have any questions about can or cannot? Any questions? I still remember one of the students asked about can be. When do we use can be? And I explained we use can with verbs and can be with adjectives and nouns, right? So this is your important one. Positive, he, she, it can sing. Negative, he, she, it cannot sing. It's the same for everybody with can, right? We use it for ability, we know how to do it, or we are able to do it, for if we're allowed to do it, right? And if it is possible, or if it's the rules, okay? Any questions about can or cannot?
No.
Okay, good. Right, then we have present continuous and present simple. So present continuous, I explained, we use it to talk about things that are happening. We use the be verb, I am, he is, they are, and ing on the verb, working, studying, right? Present simple, for things that are generally true. I live in my house, right? I work as a teacher. We use the present simple to talk about things that are generally true. He, she, and it, we add s and es when we use the present simple, only in the positive form. Negative, we use don't and doesn't, right? Because these are regular verbs. Okay? And I also showed you the spelling rules. So we add ing. If the word ends with an E, we take the E away and then we add ing. And when it is a vowel and a consonant, we double the vowel. Okay, so swimming, getting, right? We did that as well. Does anybody have any questions about the continuous form? Any questions?
No, thank you.
Okay. There is and there are. So there are negative. There aren't any monkey bars in the park, right? There aren't any. Can you give me some information? Information is uncountable. So when we have those words we use, there is some information on the board. Okay? That was our there is and there are. Then the simple past with the be verbs, we use was and were instead of is and are. Okay, so we covered that as well. The regular verbs, we add ed. Irregular verbs, we change the whole word. Like do is did, get is got, go is went, have is had. Eat is ate, right? And swim is swam, drink is drank. Object pronouns we use at the end of the sentence. And the future is going to be bright. Okay, so this is all that we've learned. This is all. That's it. There's nothing else you guys have to worry about. This is it. Do you want me to send you all of these slideshows?
Yes.
Okay, I'll send it to you. Okay, so I will send all of these slideshows to you guys. I don't mind doing it. Please, I want to ask you, if you have any questions, I am here to help you. I want to make sure you understand. So if I send you the slideshows and you see, oh, but teacher, I don't understand, send me a message on WhatsApp. Please don't just send me one message. I sometimes forget. I don't even open my phone all the time because I'm busy working. I've got 144 messages on WhatsApp that I still need to go through. So please send me a message and say, teacher, answer me. I need to know. Send me a message. I don't mind. Okay. So this is what you need to know. I don't mind. Yes, Lena, go ahead. Sorry.
No, thank you, teacher.
Okay, good. You're welcome. I want everybody to do good in their test. Now, I will also say, Majid, and this is for you to know, the test is not as difficult as the example test that I just did. That's just an old practice test that I use just to refresh your memories and see, because it's a long time ago. We learned there is and there are like 3-4 weeks ago. It's difficult to remember everything. So I recommend read through everything that we've already covered before your test. Okay, if anybody has any questions, send me a message on WhatsApp. I don't mind. Okay. If you also want to, in your book, I want to show you in your book, at the back of your book, can you see my screen share? Okay. All the work that I taught you, everything comes from your book. Okay. So we did from chapter 5, simple present. We did he, she, and it. Adverbs of frequency. The word order in questions. Can and cannot. Love, like, and hate. Present continuous. There is and there are. The past tense. Okay. So page, if you want to, Majid, in your book, on WhatsApp, Masnad just sent a book to you guys, right? On the WhatsApp group.
Yes.
Okay. That is your student book. Yeah. 106, 102. Yes. We started with the present simple. So you can look at 100. You can start here because this is where we learn the present simple for the first time. Okay. From page 100, you can go through page 100, and all of this is the exercises we did. We don't live near. There we go. Word ordering questions. See, they are American. We are American. We learned all of that. So it's all from your book. I didn't use anything that's not in your book. It's all from your book. This is what we learned today. We learned love and like, right? Page 106, love and like. I really love something. I hate something. Okay. And the continuous form, right? There is and there are. Past tense. The regular verbs and irregular verbs are over here. And then number 12 was more irregular verbs. So after this, you will see on page, let me find it. Adjectives. This page, 133, there are irregular verbs. Okay, there's all the irregular verbs. I'll send you the one that I used in the class as well today, but you can look at this page, 133, for regular and irregular verbs. Past tense, present tense. Okay. And these are the common ones, the ones we use all the time, the most common ones. Okay. Good. Does anybody have any more questions? Anything you don't know? Or you're worried about?
No, thank you, teacher.
Okay. Majid, are you sure you don't have any questions? You worried? Okay. I'm not worried. I'm not worried. You guys are going to do great. You know the grammar. Just remember what we've practiced. Okay. So, what I will do, what I can do for you is I will send some links on the WhatsApp group that you can, if you want to. You don't have to. If you want to, you can do it for some extra practice, just to practice what we've already learned. I'll send some links for you to do. You click on the link. It's the similar ones to the ones that I've sent you before. You click on the link and it will give you the answer at the end, your score. So you can do that. Okay.
Thank you, teacher. Thank you.
Okay.
Good. Yesterday I learned shukran, to say thank you in Arabic. So shukran, everybody. Okay.
You're welcome.
Good. Thank you, everybody. It was so nice to meet all of you. I know it took us a little while to get used to each other, but I'm really happy I could teach you. And I wish you all very, very good luck with your test. Remember to ask me questions. I'm here. Message me 20 times. It's fine. I don't mind. I'm here to help. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, teacher.
Sorry, Majid. What did you say? Thank you, Majid. I will miss you guys too. Definitely. My nights will be so boring now. Good. Thank you, everybody. I think that's it for today. We can end here. Message if you have any questions. How do I say goodbye? Assalamu alaikum, right?
Alaikum assalam.
Walaikum assalam, teacher.
Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Bye, teacher.